So thank you very much, Mary Jean, for inviting me tonight to be with all of you. And thanks for that introduction. I do have a website. It's currently in the process of being revamped, but you can have a look. There are some things on there that tell you a little bit more about me and sort of my background. But I'm currently teaching in a forest school too, so that's been really fun, 1 day a week. I am really excited to be here. This practice is something that was introduced to me at Advent, and I had the opportunity to participate with a spiritual director, Tamara Shantz, who is local. She's outside of Waterloo, or she's located out of Waterloo. And she walked us through this. And so I've incorporated it. Now I do it weekly. And if anyone is interested in doing it with me, I do it Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. It's a great way to start the day online. And you can email my website and I can send you the link for that if you're interested. But it is based on a series of 6 poses, 6 opposing poses or postures, plus a preparatory posture of prayer. And I'll walk you through that before we go ahead and do it. I hope everyone remember to bring a journal. If you don't have a journal with you, just a pen and paper is fine too. Because afterwards we will spend a little bit of time writing down sort of things that came up for you, things that you noticed. We will be repeating and cycling through the postures. So you may be surprised at what comes up. It can be challenging to be in touch with your desires if you are not in touch with where you are in this moment. So sometimes we don't even know what those are. Our society is so busy doing that we don't take a lot of time to just be. And this series I've found has really helped to ground me. Like I said, it's based on 6 opposing poses. And there is a book from a woman from Winnipeg who wrote it. It's called Here I Am. And her name is Kaylin Falk. And, I Am Here. And Kaylin Falk is the woman's name. And she noticed that we're often in tension. We're often somehow moving. We're always in constant movement. And she had been a dancer as her background. So she really noticed that movement spoke to her, and she was really able to get in touch with that inner wisdom, that divine inside of herself through different series of movements. So the 6 postures, we'll start out with a gathering and just bringing ourselves to the present moment. The next posture is expansion, or the next double postures are expansion and contraction. Then there is reaching and receiving, and that's followed by standing firm and going with the flow. So expanding, I'm just going to stand back here a little bit to show you. Expanding is, if you're familiar with yoga at all, it is Tadasana. So your feet are planted on the ground and you are looking upward, casting your gaze upward, and you may even want to do a slight back bend. The one thing that I want to mention is there is no wrong way to do this. So you don't have to worry about making a mistake, or you're just going to listen to your body And when Tamara introduced it to us, she actually has carpal tunnel syndrome. So she wasn't able to reach her arms even past her shoulders. And at first she thought, oh, that means I won't be able to facilitate these classes, but she realized that that is for expansion. So just listen to your own body and let it take you through. And the more we flow in the rhythm, the more you'll just see how your body's feeling. Really pay attention to where the tension lies in your body. So expansion is Tadasana. And then contraction, I like to think of it as like rockabye baby, or you're giving yourself a hug. You're contracting and you're just bringing all yourself back in to take care of yourself. And then the next series are reaching. And I like to imagine that I have energy just shooting out my fingertips. I'm pulling my shoulder blades apart and I'm reaching up to where the wall and the ceiling meet and casting my gaze between my fingertips, and I'm reaching, planting my feet really firm. And then receiving, sometimes I melt just down, sometimes I just do a baby curl down. And for some people, that will be as much as you need to do. You might feel it just in your back. But the next pose is child's pose. So if you're familiar with, you won't be able to see me on camera because I can't back up far enough, but child's pose is just crouching into a small ball, trying to see if you can get your bum right down on your heels, and then tucking your head, putting your arms where they feel comfortable, and having your forehead resting on the ground if you are able. And then we'll come back up and we will stand firm. So this time our feet might be just slightly further apart. We're going to make our elbows into a 90 degrees. Fists that are tight but not clenched. We're not going to clench our bodies. We're just going to tighten our bodies. If someone came along, they would not be able to push us over. We're not going to be pushed or moved. And then the last movement is going with the flow. I like to think of it as just swimming, or maybe even like a hula dance, whatever, however you feel compelled to move. And those are the 6 poses. We will take just a minute to try them together before I put the music on. Now, some people feel uncomfortable in front of a camera. So if you do want to turn your camera off or step outside of the frame, that is by all means do that. We don't want anyone feeling uncomfortable. As I said, you'll be surprised at some of the things that came up in one of the weeks. A lot of us, leading up to Advent, when we were practicing it together and learning it, a lot of us found a lot of emotions coming up. So don't be surprised by that. It's just something to notice and pay attention to. And like I said, we'll be journaling afterwards. And we'll have a little bit of time for sharing at the very end as well. So if you want to, if you feel like you'd like to share anything that came up, Mary Jean and I are also going to stay on for a little while afterwards. But I do encourage you, if there's anything that concerns you, to reach out to a friend or reach out to someone that you trust to talk about some of the things that may come up. This is a practice that's meant to remind us that we're always in movement and we're always in flux and always in change. It's the opposites that keep us in balance as we respond constantly to what life throws at us. And if you repeat the practice, you'll find on different days that you'll respond differently to the movement. Like I said, it's a great way to start the day. Tonight we're ending the day, and Mary Jean, last week she and I were talking and she introduced me to the prayer of examine. Am I saying that right? Examine? I think it's examine, actually. It's part of the Catholic tradition, I believe. And it's to look back and reflect on the day. So as we're going through these movements, I'm going to invite you to reflect on your day, maybe reflect on where you're at in this moment, and just take some time to notice those things. Your body is the teacher, the poses are your guide, and your life is the classroom. So what I'm going to do, just so that you aren't caught off guard, I am going to put some music on. Some people like to do this in complete silence. So if you find the music distracting, you're welcome to turn your own. The beauty of Zoom is you can just turn your own mic or speaker down on your computer or your device. I've chosen 4 songs for us to move through. We will be doing this for about 15 to 18 minutes. If you have chosen to turn your sound down on your computer, you will know that we're finished because I will come and sit just like I'm sitting right now in front of my computer. And then we'll just wait for people. Everyone will be going at their own pace, so you may not end when I end. But I'll just invite you to come and sit as you finish the last going with the flow that goes along with the song. And then you are welcome to start journaling, noticing anything that came up in your body, in your thoughts, things you were surprised about. Just an opportunity to dump some of the worries or concerns or curiosities down onto the page, and then we'll take some time to share those afterwards. So does anyone have any questions before we start? I've done a lot of talking. So I am going to invite you to decide if you're going to step outside of the camera view, if you're going to turn off your camera, but do get yourself into a comfortable position. And we're just going to walk through it together one more time. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to gather the energy, and we'll just do 3 sweeps down the side of our body. Get yourself comfortable, get yourself grounded. And then we will expand. And expanding, just as I said, is like Tadasana. Do this however it feels great in your body. Each time the pose will be a little bit different. Next, we're going to contract, which is just like Rockabye Baby, or giving yourself a hug. After expand and contract, we've got reach and receive. So reaching, energy shooting out your fingertips. You're reaching up to the corner where the wall and the ceiling meet. And then you are melting down to receive. And that is just child's pose. And I apologize, you can't see me, but just tuck yourself into a tiny ball. Trying to make yourself as small as possible. And that is receive. We're going to come back up to stand firm. If I was to come along, you're not tense, but you are immovable. You are standing firm. And then there are times we need to go with the flow and just swim, let yourself go. And then we won't gather again. The next pose after that, when we cycle through, will be expand. So I am going to put the sound on or the music on now, and we're just going to move at our own pace. The first time through, like I said, we'll do gathering, the gathering of the energy, bringing ourselves into this room. And then we will just go through at our own pace. And when you see me sitting down at the end of the 4 songs, just it's your cue to finish up that cycle for yourself. So here we go. enjoy. This is your embodied prayer for tonight.
Oh, the sisters of mercy, they are not departed or gone. They were waiting for me when I thought that I just can't go on. And they brought me their comfort, and later they brought me this song. Oh, I hope you run into them, you who've been traveling so long. Yes, you who must leave everything that you cannot control. Begins with your family, but soon it comes round to your soul. Well, I've been where you're hanging, I think I can see how you're pinned. When you're not feeling holy, your loneliness says that you've sinned. Well, they lay down beside me, I made my confession to them. They touched both my eyes, and I touched the dew on their hand. If your life is a leaf that the seasons tear off and condemn, they will bind you with love that is graceful and green as a stem. When I left, they were sleeping. I hope you run into them soon. Don't turn on the lights, you can read their address by the moon. And you won't make me jealous if I hear that they sweetened your night. We weren't lovers like that, and besides, it would still be alright. We weren't lovers like that, and besides, it would still be alright. tell yourself, tell yourself, I know what you tell yourself, you tell yourself. Look in the mirror, look in the mirror, what does it show? I hear you counting, I know you're adding up the score. I know, oh yes I know. What you tell yourself, tell yourself, I know what you tell yourself, tell yourself. Ever since Eden, we're built for pleasing, everyone knows. Ever since Adam cracked his rib and let us go, I know, oh yes I know. What you tell yourself, you tell yourself, I know what you tell yourself, you tell yourself, I know what you tell yourself, you tell yourself. Who taught you how to lie so well and to believe in each and every word you say? Who told you that nothing about you is alright? It's just no use, it's just no good, you'll never be okay. Well, I know that wrong's been done to you. It's such a tough world, that's what you say. And I know it's easier said than done, but that's enough, girl. Give it away, give it all away. Tell yourself that you're not pretty. Look at you, you're beautiful. Tell yourself that no one sees. Plain Jane, invisible me. Just tell yourself. Tell yourself. Tell yourself you'll never be like the anorexic beauties in the magazines, like a bargain basement Barbie doll. No television, no femme fatale. Just tell yourself. Tell yourself. Tell yourself there's nothing worse than the pain inside, the way it hurts. Tell yourself there's nothing new, 'cause everybody feels it too. They feel it too. And there's just no getting round the fact that you're 13 right now. Amen. There was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. But you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Well, she tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips she drew hallelujah, 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 I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked the floor. Used to live alone before I knew ya. Cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. It's not a cry that you hear at night. One who's seen the light, it's a cold, broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
And just as you're finishing up your practice of movement, then I'm just going to invite you to put on some gentle instrumental music. And I'm just going to invite you to spend some time just getting some of those thoughts out of your head and onto the page. Anything that you noticed that came up, anything that was interesting in your body or in your mind. And we'll just take some time to do a bit of journaling, probably about, I'm going to say about 10 to 12 minutes. We'll stop at about 10 to 8 so that we have a little bit of time to share at the end. So this is your journaling time.